everyone? It's Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Thanks for watching my videos. That's great. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. I hope all is well today. I'm doing well. I'm about to talk about Kyrie Irving because he's the big story in basketball right now. When isn't he the big story? I feel like he's always blowing up on social media. Everyone's constantly talking about Kyrie Irving this, Kyrie Irving that. And now there's much speculation about whether or not he'll be back in a Nets uniform next season. You know what? I don't see it happening. I don't know if it will happen. I think Kyrie Irving's safe bet is to, accept a short-term deal and stay put. Stay where he's at. Stay with the Nets and try to make something happen there with KD. KD's getting older. He'll turn 34. KD wants to win another championship. The reason KD came was to play alongside with you. He wanted to team up with you. That's why he, took his talents to Brooklyn. And now all of a sudden, you're not sure whether or not you want to play basketball. I think that's everyone's question right now. Where does basketball rank on your priority list? And if it ranks high, then I'm pretty sure you'll get as much production as possible from a guy like Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving is eligible for a 5-year, $248 million max offer. But do you give it to him? Hell no. I'm not signing him to a 5-year deal. Hell no. No way am I doing that. I'm not locking him up that long, and I don't know if he's going to play or not. That would be very, very stupid of the Nets to give him that much money, and this guy doesn't show up, or this guy decides that I'm going to take a night off, and we've seen it. We know his history. We know what he does. We know that he hasn't been fully committed to basketball, that this man hasn't played over 60 games in the last 3 seasons, I believe. It's utterly insane. And if you give him the max contract, then you're enabling him, and you're saying it's okay to take nights off. You're basically condoning his behavior, and you're saying it's okay. You're giving him the leverage and saying it's okay. Okay, it's okay, Kyrie. If you don't want to play, you could take the night off. You don't have to play basketball. It's all good. If you don't want to play tonight, just take some time off. Clear your mind a bit and come back next week. No, it doesn't work like that. Because if that's any other occupation, or if that's any other job in America, you're going to get fired. People don't care about your feelings in the workplace. You either show up to work or you don't show up to work. At least show up to work and half-ass it if you don't want to play basketball, if you don't have the heart and the energy to actually play, But he doesn't really have the leverage in all of this. He's going to find a limited market. For one, there's a lot of teams like the Lakers, Detroit, the Spurs. They don't have enough cap space to pay him the max offer. They don't have enough cap space where they can pay him and give him a pile of money. So if I'm him, I'm staying with the Nets. The market for him isn't robust. It isn't. And I never questioned his talent. He's a transcended player. He's one of the best point guards in the league. When he's on his game, he is unstoppable. He's one of the best guards in the league. When he's not behaving like a child and he actually plays basketball, he's really, really good at basketball. That's not the question. It's not about his talent. The question marks around him is his availability and his reliability. As we all know, the best ability is availability. We hear that quite often. Kyrie Irving hasn't hasn't really shown us that he is dedicated to playing the game of basketball. He's not mentally there to play basketball. He can play basketball when he wants to play basketball, but mentally he hasn't been up to playing the game of basketball. At least it doesn't seem that way. And his trade value to me and his market is at an all-time low. So why would I give him the max contract when he can choose to take a week off or a month off? Or there's another national tragedy that occurs in the country and Kyrie uses it as an excuse to not play basketball. Or if he just says, oh, to hell with it, I just want to take some time off and not play. Or if KD goes down again and all of a sudden he says, I'm not going to play basketball. I need a guy that's going to be fully committed. I need a guy that's reliable, that's available, and that can stay healthy. His first year, he says he didn't want to play basketball because KD was not playing. His second year, he misses 7 games in 11 days to take a personal hiatus. And see, all of these things were done, because it was a personal choice, right? And in this season, of course, he was unwilling to take the vaccine, so he missed a chunk of games and didn't play. And that's why the Nets didn't do well in the postseason. Because the Nets couldn't develop any chemistry. They couldn't develop any cohesion. Because this guy missed a lot of time. He was absent in a lot of games. And they didn't have enough time to gel together as a team. By the time he came back for the playoffs, they didn't have that chemistry. And it was hard to evaluate that team because he didn't play in a significant amount of games. And he hasn't done anything significant since he played with LeBron James. Now I'm not saying that he's a perfect fit for Los Angeles because Los Angeles has dealt with enough drama as it is. So they don't need any more chaos with a guy that brings enough drama, that brings more drama than Russell Westbrook. They don't need any more drama. So I don't know if I would like Kyrie Irving to put on the purple and gold because we all know how he is. And if he does, behave that way in LA, and he's too wishy-washy, and he doesn't know what he wants to do, and he decides that he wants to take some time off, they're going to run him out of town. And that's all you're going to hear about in the newspapers and hear from the local media. You're going to hear public ridicule. You're going to hear, people publicly calling him out. You're going to hear the fans moaning and complaining like they are with Russell Westbrook. It's going to be the same thing again. Just like we're dealing with now with Russell Westbrook. So do you want that headache if you're the Lakers? I'm not sure. Because again, the guy can flat out play basketball. He's an incredible player. He's a very entertaining player. He's a fun player to watch. He's a transcendent superstar. And no one's really ever even denied that. I'm not denying that about him at all. But if you do put him with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, it creates this trio. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I said, Irving is definitely one of the best players in the league when he actually plays. He is one of the league's most clutch performers when he doesn't quit. And he can be a veteran leader when he doesn't pout and act like a petulant child. You know? But it's hard to commit to someone when they are not fully committed to you. It's hard to invest on a player when he's not going to give it everything he has. It's hard to bet on a player when he is just too much of a headache. It is hard to, spend big money on a player who is labeled as a bust. Labeled a bust because he shows up when he wants to show up. See, he plays when it's convenient for him. And quite honestly, I'm over Kyrie Irving. I'm over it. He's culpable for why the Nets saw an early playoff exit. He's the reason why their season came to an end when it did. So no max contract. If I'm the Nets, I'm not signing him to a max contract. And I heard the general manager come out and say, basically, why would we commit to a guy that's not, committed? And I feel the same way. But I'll talk to you guys later. If you guys like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.